What's up, nerds? Welcome to the Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2, 500 million health tournament. I'm excited to take you on an epic journey through this exciting game. In this series, we have 32 same unit teams, each with a total of 500 million health points for every match. This series is brought to you by Aldi's, the grocery store where I can afford to shop. Round 9 did not fare well for the Mongolian Soldiers. As strong as their warrior spirit was, they were no match for the strength of the Sherman Tank arsenal. Today, we have a thrilling matchup in store for you in round 10. It's going to be 2,500,000 Egyptian warriors versus 1,428,571 orcs, totaling 3,928,571 units on the field. Who will emerge victorious? Let's go live and find out.
Hello, hello, hello. Here we are again. Once again on a Friday night. I'm ready. I hope you're ready. These guys are ready. I mean, look at them. They got their shiny hats and they're barefoot. 2.5 million of these bad boys going against 1.4 some million orcs. Let's see how they fare. Who's going to win? I really think that this is going to be a long battle compared to the last couple of rounds that were like 12 minutes or so. But anyway, let's go! No long-range explosions this time. It's going to be up close and personal, ladies and gentlemen. So who's gonna win this match? Is it the fantasy realm or is it the ancient Egyptian realm? We're getting a mound in the middle line now. The orcs are definitely killing more Egyptians, but there's a lot more Egyptians than there are orcs, so makes sense. I think I've said this before, but I would love to see like a little percentage, like how much of the team is left. That would be so much easier to see a 2-digit number versus like a 7-digit number. Like, I'm trying to quickly read off a phone number up in the corner. And there's no hyphens or commas. Yeah, this might be a long one. Far as the eye can see. Oh, we got a pool of blood. It's so blinding. You only can see it from above. Wow. Wouldn't even know the blood on the sands. It's just so fascinating. The battle strategics that they do. just curls around like that. Crazy. But then if you come all the way down here, you don't see the blood on the sand. But these guys being barefoot, oh, they know. They know. "75,000 Egyptians have fallen and only 38,000 orcs." Yeah, there's a lot of forces on both sides of the line here. If they keep on pushing, let's see what happens here. So it's almost like a zipper in a way. Like how these guys are all kind of bunching up on each other like this. You'll see what I'm talking about right here. It's almost like a little zipper. You know, with the jacket. Zip, zip. But a very dangerous zipper. I mean, what was that movie? Something about Mary? I mean, we learned about zippers in that movie. And looks like we got some bleeders down here too. Be very interesting if the Egyptians make their way all the way around the orcs. I don't know if that will even be possible because there's just so many on both sides. Well, that would be interesting. I've seen a lot of different scenarios for this game. A lot of cool ones out there. You know, a lot of staged battles and whatnot. But I haven't seen anything like this, you know, this tournament that I got going on here. So yeah, I can't wait till I find out who the actual champion is of all these 32 teams. I just have no idea who is gonna win, because you got, if you've seen the first two matches, you get the Action Men and who's Keanu Reeves, and then you got Nikola Tesla. Those two are the strongest units in this tournament, so they're going to be going against each other in the second wave of the rounds. But I mean, there's some strong teams out there. But anyway, this is round 10 if you're just now joining. Round 10 of 31 rounds for this tournament. 188,000 Egyptians have fallen. 95,000 orcs have fallen. There's still a lot to go. There's what? A million more Egyptians on the field compared to the orcs? It just keeps going. You can't even see the end of the battlefield. And where all the other end is at. That's crazy. Oh, we almost got a tidal wave going. Oh my goodness. Yeah, we do. Okay. Yeah, it must have been just my display. But if you look at the other videos that I have posted, this was before this tournament started on one of those snowy maps. Oh my goodness, there was actually a tidal wave of blood. It was insane. So this is interesting. Now we are getting a shift. The orcs are pushing harder. I guess they're tired of getting pushed on their side. Let's see how this is going over here. As usual, I wish that I had a teleportation action that I could just zip my way over there to cover as much as the battle as possible, but it's all good. 270,000 Egyptians have fallen. 136,000 orcs. Oh my. This is a little patch of dry land that isn't covered with blood. Got a little pool over there. Fascinating. So this is happening on the same thing on this end. The orcs are pushing their way over. Wow. Not just pushing their way, slaughtering their way over. Interesting. Well, there's still more than 1 million units, well, roughly 1 million units more of the Egyptians compared to the orcs that remain. So we'll see. That's so much carnage. The mound's getting pretty high. Wee! This line is so long. Ah! I mean, I tell you what, I hate to be that guy and have to go to the bathroom, you know? I think by the time that I make it up to the line, I will go 1 and 2. Seeing these orcs? Ooh, terrifying, huh? Crazy. And we made it to the end of the line. Yep, the orcs are tearing some bodies up. But you know, the orcs are falling too, so yep, this is a mixture of both sides. Ooh, he did not see that one coming. So many. All right, so we have 390,000 Egyptians have fallen, and 198,000 orcs have fallen. And it appears that the orcs are pushing their way into the Egyptians. You know, it's not like an even line. Most of the orcs are up on this mound, meaning that they are pushing in. So even though the orcs started with 1 million less units, basically, they might win. I mean, they are the stronger of the two. But if you've seen any of my other rounds that I did for this tournament, I don't know anything. Like every time that I would pick a winner, who I think is going to win, completely wrong. So I probably just jinxed the orcs and the Egyptians are going to win. We'll see what happens. But you tell me, who's going to win? The Egyptians or the orcs? It appears that the Egyptians are pushing their way over on this end. But it's a risky move. You know, because what happens is that they start spreading themselves thin. And the orcs, oh, they're a little bit stronger than the Egyptians. I mean, just, you know, size alone. So if the Egyptians get teamed up on these guys, I mean, if the orcs get teamed up on the Egyptians, then, you know, see, this is how it needs to be. You know, if the Egyptians are going to win this, they need to, like, you know, fight together, like 2-on-1, 3-on-1, like that, and then keep pushing. But then this happens, and more orcs come around, flank the Egyptians, and then you just get more death. But it looks like the Egyptians are definitely making their push. On this end. Who knows what's going on over there? It's so far away. Oh my. Now it's like, I don't know how much if this is like a dynamic thing in the game where if the unit has the high ground like Obi-Wan, like, does that give them an advantage? Do they have more blocking, or do they have more, you know, attack or whatever? Because the orcs are definitely up on the high ground here. And it appears to be the same throughout the whole line. So they got a nice even push going. Over 500,000 Egyptians have fallen. 250,000 orcs have fallen. Still a lot on the field, and it's anyone's game. Oh, against. So that's fascinating, because they're so high up. These guys are getting knocked down physically. Because this mound is getting so high, these guys are getting killed, and then they just fall down. They just fall down. Boop. Boop, 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 boop. Boop, 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 boop. Just like that. Crazy. I mean, this is almost just like a cliffside now. That's bananas. What's going on over here? Alright, so yeah, the orcs are pushing their way on this end. That's just more surface area, spreading out the Egyptians thinner. It's trickling in, holding the orcs back, but I mean, it's just gonna prolong it. The orcs are gonna push in hard, especially if all these guys back over here swing around. $1.9 million Egyptians are left. 1.1 million orcs are left. We got the same action going on. Let's get this in a little slow motion action here. Boom. I mean... Okay, so I either want to watch more of the Mummy movies, The Lord of the Rings, or subscribe again to World of Warcraft. Sorry, flashbacks. Whoa, double swing there. Crazy. God. I don't know if you guys saw that one. The Egyptian ran up to the line and just got knocked all the way back. Dead. I don't know if you can hear that, but that is the sound of a lot of liquid. Holy crap! And here it is. Oh my god. Okay, so that's not Kool-Aid. These guys are literally drowning in a pool of their own blood. Yeah, that guy just drowned. Woo. So this is a dynamic that's in the game. And it's actually a newer feature that has been added into the second game. At least I believe that's right. I don't think it was in the first one. But this is Ultimate Epic Battle Simulator 2. So they have the water flow, but it's because of the blood. So, you know, a unit dies, you know, there's like amount of liquid that gets dropped onto the field, and then it's got the natural gravity and all that stuff that's built into the maps. So what happens is that if there's a lot of them, then this craziness happens, and these guys just start wading into all of this death. All the liquid iron. And you saw what happens. You know, if the water level or if the liquid level is just way too high, then they'll drown. They'll start getting damage. It's very, very interesting dynamic and terrible to see. Alright, there is a crazy wall that's happening here. What's going on with the shading? Oh, the Orcs have breached right here, and the Egyptians are filing in. Oh, no, they got a breach right there. Yep. They better run up and hold them back. But I continue to see this tactic time and time again. You know, with all these, melee characters, they're the melee teams. You know, they'll run up, start creating this wall, right? And then they get, you know, they keep on running and running. Oh, there's a huge breach right there. Very nice. But yeah, and they'll keep on running and pushing on the sides and, you know, keep on trying to round each other over. And then as you saw with the Egyptians were pushing back, and then the Orcs were making their way. But what happens is that, you know, they get too thin, and then the stronger units take over. And I don't know if the Egyptians are really going to recover, because now all those Egyptians are gone, and then this is going to spill over, round up these guys. I mean, it's just chaos. And then this force is going to get pulled back to push over here to hold these guys off. And then that is, in turn, going to lighten up this line. And then this line is extremely thin. There's only two right there. These guys fall. They're going to push through. and cause another breach to happen. Yep, pretty much. There we go. There's the breach. I mean, this was a flat ground. Okay? I mean, this is what's happening underneath this whole line. Just nothing but bodies in a straight line for the most part. I mean, it's like the Great Wall of China or something like that. It's Great Wall of Orcville. And there's a breach again. And now they want to show up once they start pushing in. This corner is dwindling again. Yep, it's not looking good. What's that? 1.5 million Egyptians remain. 963,000 orcs remain. It's a tough battle. Still getting close. I mean, it looks like the orcs are winning as far as, like, you know, making advancements. The whole entire match, they have been pushing the center battle line. And that just means that the orcs are outlasting the Egyptians as far as, like, you know, able to... the amount of damage that they're able to take, causing them to inch forward, you know, before they fall. But is that going to be enough? I mean, there's about 50% more of the Egyptians compared to the orcs. But they're somewhat weaker. So that's why this tournament is a nail biter. Yeah. Yep. The orcs did another flanking maneuver there. Rounded up those Egyptians, wiped them out, and they're going to perform it once again, just like this. They just round them up to the slaughter fields. But that's pretty much the tactic that the Orcs are going to need to perform if they want to win this. Because they're still, outnumbered by 500,000. That's a pretty thick line of Orcs. That's not looking good for the hairline of Egyptians. It looks like the Egyptians are trying to hold them back. I just think that they're pushing their guys into the wrong spot. I mean, there's still a huge crowd of Egyptians there. Let's zoom on by onto the other side, see how they're doing. This battle line is so long. It always amazes me. All right, so pretty much the same thing. So yeah, the Orcs are pushing their way around, and they continue to breach right in the corner like that, which is not ideal for these Egyptians. Because what's happening is now, if the Orcs continue to break through and those guys don't show up like right when they did, then the guys on the right are going to get, flanked and start being hit from the front and the back. And then, just like on the other side, the left side, the Orcs will pour in, surround the Egyptians. And, this is an interesting tactic. They are pulling a lot of their forces over here onto this front. Okay. Oh. Might be a little too late. The Orcs are gonna make a big dent into their line. All right, let's get the kill count. 608,000. Yeah, 610,000 now. Orcs have been killed. And there's no commas. 1.2 million Egyptians have now fallen. Almost the same remain, with 813,000 orcs remain. It's coming close, but I'm seeing the tactics. I'm seeing what these guys are doing, and I really think what's going to happen is that as the numbers continue to drop, it's going to get to the point where the orcs make one more big push like they're doing now, and it's going to overwhelm the Egyptians, and then they're going to win. The orcs. Okay, it's almost too sad to watch. But these Egyptians have been cut off, and this is usually a telltale sign. But you still have, they're pushing a huge chunk of their forces over in this direction. Hold off these guys. Don't think that the Egyptians are able to get to their squad over here to rescue them. They're pretty much cut off and surrounded. Yep. Yep, not looking good. Okay, so there's a whole bunch of Egyptians running this way. Is this the big pool of blood? Oh my goodness. I mean, look at them. They're having to wade through. Oh, it's terrible. And then these guys are getting damaged. These guys are dropping. See that? They're drowning. So not even able to make it to the front line. However, just like if you're not familiar with this game, just like the middle line, the battle line, how when the bodies fall, they start rising, and everybody starts standing on them. You can actually get like a body bridge going. I kid you not. I've seen it before when there was I did like a zombie match. The zombies were getting shot from across a little river, and what was happening was that the zombies. Hey, I got a follower. Thank you very much. That jingle. I've never really encountered the jingle when I've been streaming live. But anyway, thank you very much. That was fun. So what was happening with these zombies was that as they were falling into the river, they were piling up and making like a little land bridge, but it was like a body bridge, right? So then eventually the zombies would just run right over all the bodies, and yeah, it was crazy. and they couldn't go into the river because it was too deep. But it got to the point where there was just so many bodies, they were just able to make their way across. Interesting dynamics in this game, which is why I think it's really fun to watch and play. But as far as this match goes, same thing over and over and over again on both ends of the battle line. 1.08 million Egyptians remain. 722,000 of the Orcs remain. Numbers are dropping, both sides. I don't know. I think it's going to be the Orcs, but anything is possible in this tournament. And once again, the Orcs have pushed through the Egyptian line. I don't see reinforcements coming up fast enough. These guys looks like they're going to be cut off. Yep. Sure enough, rounded on both sides. Man, it's going to happen again with these guys too. There's another break in the line. So the Egyptians outnumber them around 300,000. Well, that number is definitely dwindled from the original 1.1 million extra units that they had. Alright, so there's their reinforcements. Pushing up the reserves this direction. It's like a seesaw, a teeter-totter. They're going to push their forces that way, and then... Wow. This line has grown so much, because originally it started here, and now just a constant building of bodies. That is crazy. So much carnage. Interesting. There's this big bulge that happens. What's going on? Okay. Under 1 million Egyptians remain. Oh no, here we go again. Orcs from both sides. And they're gonna break through right here. There they go. Those guys are done. That's a big force. Orcs are making their push this way. I mean, it's a simple tactic. Run around them. But you know what? It works. the orcs are outnumbered, from the beginning, but they are stronger. And once again, almost. Okay, so with a mound of these bodies, now I want to watch 300. I actually watched it like within a week ago. It was fun. That movie's old now. Amazing. So this pool of blood has took so many lives. And it continues to take lives. Look at them drop. Literally. They're dropping. These guys weren't killed in battle. Well, they were killed in battle, but they weren't killed by orcs. About 260,000 is the difference. Same tactic. Simple yet effective. And then this whole mass is just going to come flood in this way. Now it's like the orcs are the more organized of the two teams. They're working as a unit. Rather than the Egyptians, they're just kind of... It seems like they're just kind of like reacting. Kind of like just trying to survive in a way. And the orcs are out to win. This would be really surreal, being here on the battlefield like this. I mean, that'd be scary. There's so many of them. And they're making their big push. A little more than 500,000 of the orcs remain. Just under 800,000 of the Egyptian remain. It's like I said before, it's gonna be close. But once that moment happens, and the timing's right, now I don't know who's going to win. Don't know. Oh, I never know. Could be anybody's game. But it could also be the reason some Leroy Jenkins breaks the line and causes the loss for the team. So we'll have to see. We'll have to see what happens. And these Egyptians have got to get out of the water. Excuse me. Blood. You know, this is killing a lot of their units. If you do the math, it says the total killed. I don't know if you can tell on this this number right above me. You know, in the top right-hand corner, it says the numbers killed by the opposing team, not who died in a different way, like environmental deaths or whatever. So I know there hasn't been like a lot of deaths from the blood, but enough that could like really help one of those weak lines, you know? They need to stop playing around. Get their head in the game, you know what I mean? Unlike these guys, oh no. Yikes. And once again, Orcs broke through. Egyptians putting up a nice defensive wall here. But there's a high rise, you know what that means. There's a whole bunch of bodies down there. So the line has been shrinking a little bit. Yep, it's about to happen again. There's a solid force of the Orcs just rounding the corner. There's not enough Egyptians. They're just getting chopped away, dwindling. Yep. And then they just keep on pushing. Boom. Over and over and over again until they win. The difference between them is not a lot now. 662,000 of the Egyptians and 510,000 of the Orcs. That is not a big difference now. At this rate, the Orcs will finally outnumber the Egyptians. And I'm pretty sure they'll be victorious. Because if they're kicking butt now, being completely outnumbered, I mean, once they have the advantage on the field, yeah, it's gonna be, you know, game. But at least they go out swinging. All right. 600,000 Egyptian remain on the field. 480,000 orcs. Is this another, oh, this is fascinating. It's almost like little sand dunes or, body dunes. Crazy. Oh, that's what's happening. So this is a... This is... The bodies piling up over here because they're rolling down and creating a mound. That's nice. That's a real boost to the morale for the Egyptians. Oh my god. All right. Let's see what's going on this side. Another break in the line. Who would have known? Multiple breaks. And then this spilled out. Oh, man. Yeah, rounding the corner over here, too. Ooh, about 90,000 is the difference. It's just a matter of minutes until the orcs surpass or outnumber the Egyptians. But the cool thing about this game is that they never give up. They might glitch out if it's a weird map and they might get stuck somewhere. Because these maps are huge. But, yeah, they never give up. They fight to the last man. There's another breakthrough. It's just going to keep on happening. And that's how the orcs are going to win. Yep. Oh, interesting. Look at all the ground that the orcs are covering now. All the Egyptians, look at all these Egyptians not paying attention to what's going on behind them. There we go. Oh, that's not enough. Oh no! Interesting. So they're pushing a whole bunch of guys out that way to help stop the advancement. But I mean, this battle line is so long, and it has shrunk. I mean, you see how far away it was. Now it's down. It was all the way over there, and now it's down over here. Fascinating. So it's gotten to the point now that the orcs have pushed their way so much that the pile of bodies on the front lines are now exposed. That is interesting. Really neat dynamic. that they have in this game. Who's gonna win? Oh, it's almost 1-1. 432,000 versus 402,000. Just a mere 28,000. Look at all the different lines that were generated. It's almost pretty. Almost pretty. You know, if you didn't know what it was, you would probably think, oh, it's like coral or something like that. But no, that's carnage. We are on the brink. It's about to happen. About 5,000 makes the difference. The numbers are dropping so fast. And there we have it. The Orcs now officially outnumber the Egyptians. Both teams with around 370,000 units. Oh my goodness. I swear, if one of you guys drowned. Now, mind you, the AI is smart enough where it won't like really send the guys out to their deaths, like in the middle of an ocean or something like that, if it's too deep. But I mean, man, what a way to end a battle. Let's do it in the frickin' like pool of blood. Interesting. I haven't seen this maneuver yet by the Orcs. What's happening? Why is this like this? Oh my goodness. Oh my. Amazing. The Orcs are out for blood. And blood they shall get, because it's pulled up just beyond the Egyptians. Crazy. Well, got another breach in the line. Whoa, that's neat. These guys are running over the body pile. Oh, man. 260,000 Egyptians, 318,000 orcs. Interesting formation that the orcs got themselves into. So it seems like either the orcs will either take the high ground or the far ground. They'll just run around. Oh, there's so many of them. What's that? What? 88,000? 89,000? The orcs now outnumber the Egyptians? Man, that's very fascinating. You just see these mounds. It's just all the bodies getting piled up from falling down. This other mound of bodies. Oh, jeez. There it is. Oh, wow. A major breach in the line. So sorry I missed it. Yeah, major breach. And then, so yeah, the orcs are going to be completely outnumbering these guys over here, surrounding them. If they don't drown. Well, some of them are drowning. Yeah, they like if you see them just start to drop. I think that's what the splashing is, that they're taking damage. Well, wouldn't that be an interesting twist if the Egyptians end up winning because all the orcs just drowned? But I don't think that's happening because they're dropping so fast and they're already... The orcs got almost 100,000 more. Guys, going all the way out in the water. Just far out. Okay, see what I'm talking about? Check this out. It's a body bridge. Isn't that crazy? It's crazy how that works. Oh, this might be a breach right here. They're dwindling. Oh, a breach is right there. $126,000 Egyptians. 252,000 orcs. There they go again. Round the corner. I'm gonna guess a breach is gonna happen. Yep. It's every time. Oh, the Egyptians can't hold the line against the orcs. Oh my, so this is a first for the main line. The Egyptians are now surrounded. At least for this portion. There's a whole line over there still. But it's not looking good for these guys. They're gonna just break apart and fall apart. Poor guys. Hey, put up a fight. Under 90,000 Egyptians, 235,000 orcs. It's almost over, folks. What's going on here? Same thing. Got the orcs running through blood. It's their favorite pastime, so I hear. And then we got another breach. Yep. SOP. And then these guys are going to be flanked. Another breach right there. All right. However, the orcs are pushing their forces this way. What is happening here? So, and it's kind of weird. In a extreme case of desperation, the Egyptians are running this way. Man. Just the bridge of bodies. I mean, it's a freaking highway of bodies. And it's relatively high. That's crazy. So we got a brand new front line, and it just developed. So that's interesting. So the Orcs are like, yeah, we broke through your lines. However, the Egyptians re-broke the broken line and now have re-flanked the Orcs. Very interesting move. Might as well be the aggressor if you're completely outnumbered by almost 5-1. You know, go out swinging. Ah, this would be a terrible, terrible battlefield. Stun hundreds of thousands of bodies. Stepping, slipping, and falling and tripping. Oh my god. $40,000 Egyptians remain. That is so fascinating how they just ended up changing the line. They're probably getting tired of being flanked. So this has been a long, long battle, but it's finally coming to a close. We got 27,000 Egyptians remaining and 205,000 Orcs. Now the battle did start out with 2.5 million Egyptian warriors and 1,428,571 Orcs. So the Orcs have been completely outnumbered, but they are the more superior unit on the field, as we are seeing here live. And there's the highway of all the bodies. As far as the eye can see. Oh man. Road to death. Oh, it's crazy. $17,000 versus 200,000. 15,000. This is exactly what I thought was going to happen. And I say that. I got a message. Do you think they're going to eat the legs? They don't need those. Do you think they're going to eat the legs? The orcs? Oh, they're probably going to eat all of the body. Well, I don't know. Are they, do they eat bodies? Yeah, I guess they do eat humanoids. Yeah, I mean, doesn't that look scrumptious? Mmm, yum. $8,700 Egyptians remain. Looks like the Egyptians have been surrounded on that side. This is the remaining big force, and they're so spread out. Why do they do that? There you have it. There's probably the final breach. Because these guys are going to get pulled this direction, and they're going to try and fail. These Egyptians gave it over the head like Lord in the Rings. Oh, haha. Yes. Good one. Yes, that was definitely over my head. 4,000 Egyptians remain. This is it, folks. $1,000 Egyptians. And they're all right here. $500. Yeah, I don't think they're gonna make it. There's 193,000 orcs. $100 Egyptians. And there you have it. What a mess. Orcs, congratulations. You move on to the next round. What a battle. So I got about an hour and a half on the timer here. Holy crap. What a match. Now, I knew that it was going to be a little bit longer, but damn. So on the official record keeping here, Orcs, congratulations. You move on to the next match. And if I remember right, round 9, the previous one, was against Mongolian Soldiers and Tanks. Well, the Tanks won that one. So it appears that in the next go around for the Orcs, they're going against Tanks. So the 1.5 0.4 million orcs versus 50,000 tanks. So that will be an interesting matchup. We'll see how that goes. Let's see. So if you are watching in real time, happy St. Patrick's Day. If it is still St. Patrick's Day. Let's see. At this rate, so we've got some good news. In about 3 months, I'll be able to place an order for a brand new shiny computer. Because the beauty that I have built, I built 9 years ago, 8 or 9 years ago. I don't even remember anymore. Yes, it was 9 years ago, and it's got me through a lot. But oh man, do I push it with trying to run this game, stream, and record all at the same time. Plus, I want to get into game design and 3D art and all that stuff, and hopefully I can figure out a way to import the my characters or whatever into this gaming rig or whatever the term is. But yeah, that's the news that I have. But yeah, that was the concluding of the round 10 of this tournament. Same time, same channel, for next week. I stream live on Twitch on Friday nights at 10 o'clock, and then I re-upload sometime on the weekend, Saturday, Sunday, depending on, what's going on. But yeah, this was fun. I hope you enjoyed it. I know I did. Man, that highway of bodies was something else, huh? Anyway, that's it for me. I'll catch you guys on the flip side. Later.